Welcome back to the channel everyone, and on today's episode we're going to be doing a workshop vlog. I thought I would show you around and give you an update on what's been going on over the last few weeks, what we're doing moving forward, where the bikes are up to, what we're up to with the bikes and things like that, and just a general chit chat basically, and a catch up. I'm going to do these every now and then, I think, just so it makes it easier for the viewers and the subscribers that have been watching for quite a long time now. And if you're new to the channel and this is the first video you're watching, it's basically going to let you know what's happening, what's going on, where we're up to, things like that. So let's crack on. I'll come and grab you and we will have a look round the workshop we're in now to start with. So that's my 2009 Honda Repsol Fireblade, which is probably one of the most recent bikes that I've brought onto the channel. It's got a bit of crash damage on it. Came to me like this in a box of bits. If you watch the video, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't watched the video, go back and have a look through my videos. You'll find that one, and then you know where we're up to with that. But I'm cracking on with going through it, working out what's needed, ordering the parts, etc. and stuff like that. I've got a radiator for it. I've got a nice alloy brand new radiator that I've bought for it. I've got tyres to go on it. I've got a service kit to go on the engine, and I've been buying another few bits and bobs. I'm trying to sort out an exhaust for it because the back box exhaust is missing basically. Chain and sprockets kit have been ordered for it, and brakes, bits and bobs like that. So hopefully, yeah, we can get cracking with that soon. Yeah, so that's on the go. Repsol Fireblade, really excited, really looking forward to getting that thing working, because that is a beautiful looking motorcycle. It's quite new for me. I don't normally go that new, but I am sort of pushing a bit towards the newer bikes as well. Not the new bikes, but like early 2000s, mid 2010s. Nothing much has changed really in the workshop. Everything's as it was when I built it. I'm still trying to sort out the lighting, because the lighting's not great in here when I'm working on the workbench and stuff. I've got shadows over me and things, so I'm trying to sort out some better lighting for in here. But yeah, the workshop is pretty much the same as it was when I built it. Nothing's really changed. I've got a rear axle stand there, which obviously they just go onto the crash bobbins to lift the wheel off the ground, and it does lift it off quite a fair way, to be fair. That's a good sort of 6-7 inches off the ground, so there's plenty of ground clearance off that. I purchased a front stand, which is that. That's a good piece of kit. That goes under the headstock, and then it just lifts the front wheel off the ground. Very sturdy, very good. You would have seen me use that in the Ducati Monster build series, because it was holding the front of the Ducati up. So I'm going to use it on the Suzuki, get the front end lifted up on that. Like I say, this is ongoing, the Suzuki. I really want to get this as mint as I can. So there is a lot of work to do. I've got to do painting. I've got to sort the polishing out on the wheels so I can repaint them. I've already bought the paint for that. I've got to sort the exhaust out and the radiator and stuff like that, which is on an episode that is coming out very soon, if it's not already out. I've still got to sort all the rust out there, and the dodgy starter solenoid that someone's fitted that is off another motorcycle, and they've hacked all the wiring. So I've ordered sprockets for it. New chain sprockets. Accidentally ordered 2 front sprockets. They weren't dead expensive, so if anyone needs a front sprocket for a GSX-R 750, let me know. There's one there for you. I've got all new brake pads there to go. Got some genuine Suzuki seat rubbers, because the rubbers were missing off the bike, and we've got a starter solenoid, the correct one for the bike. I'm gonna have to sort the wiring loom out on the Gixxer, because someone's hacked away and cut all the wiring to modify the wrong starter solenoid on it. That's no good, so we need to sort the wiring out and fit that. That's the update on the Suzuki. That will be done anytime now. I know it doesn't look like it, but obviously this is going to be an older video or a newer video, but that is almost finished by the time you are watching this video. There is still Secret Bike, and there's the back tyre on it. In fact, let me give you a little look. Let's see if you can tell what it is from that. I bet you can't tell what it is from that. That is another bike that I'll be bringing onto the channel soon. That is a winter project, so I am saving that until winter. So you'll have to keep guessing to know what that is. Unless you already know, because I did actually show it on one of my other videos right at the end of the video. At the very end, I did a secret little ending and I actually showed what bike that was. I took the covers off and showed it. If you want to go back through the videos and try and find it, it's right at the end of one of the videos. I won't tell you which one. Go and have a look, see if you can find it if you can't wait until winter. If you can wait until winter, like I say, it'll be getting revealed and it's going to be a very nice project. I have ordered a engine lift as well, which goes on the ramp under the engine and the frame, so it'll jack up the bike so I can take the rear swing arm off, because I need to get the rear swing arm off the Suzuki and the rear spring and shock and overhaul all that. So I've bought one of those little motorcycle lifts. It was only cheap. Hopefully that'll work well and we can get the back end lifted up off that bike. I've not even had a chance to sort the tools out. I need to go through my toolbox, sort all the tools out and get it all in some kind of order. But I've just got literally, I moved straight into the workshop and then started grafting on the bikes because I was so excited to have a big workshop and a ramp and all that, and all my tools in here. Everything was in one place. So I was so excited to do it. I just cracked on and I've not actually had time to sort out the lighting in here properly. I've not had time to sort out all the toolboxes and put all the tools and equipment in the right order. So I'll get to it at some point. It's all about time, and I'm just too excited to work on these bikes and get these bikes done while the weather's still good. So hopefully before winter comes, the GSX-R 750 will be done and on the road, and the stunning Repsol Fireblade will be on the road as well. They will be the last two project bikes to be done before winter hits, and then in winter we will be cracking on with the restoration projects, which are different bikes that I'm doing, which are going to take a lot longer to do, but obviously it's in winter, so it's more in tune with what we need to do over winter. Anyway, I want to stop chatting. Let's go over to the other shed and have a look in there. Welcome to shed number 2. Now, you may remember this shed. It may look familiar to a lot of you because this was my tiny little 10-foot by 8-foot shed that I was using originally as a workshop. I had the bike lift in here, I had my little tiny toolbox in here, and this is where it all started. Not really done much with it since moving into the big workshop. I should really kit it out. Put in the comments some ideas how I can kit this shed out now. This basically is the storage shed for the motorcycles that are on the road. So the bikes that are taxed, insured, work, ones that I use, ones that I chop between doing videos. I don't know what I can do in here really. There's not a lot of room. I'll show you now why there's not a lot of room. There's not a lot of room because it's full of motorcycles. So the maximum capacity I can have in here is 3 bikes. We have my beautiful Honda CBR 1100 Super Blackbird, which is my mile crunching touring motorcycle. If I haven't done a video on this yet, there is a video coming out on this bike. Beautiful motorcycle, that. Lovely Ducati M600 Monster. So that lives in here as well while that's taxed and on the road. And then we have El Hooligan, the Urban Tiger SC28 Fireblade, which is one of the first bikes that kicked off this YouTube channel properly. Just move that bag over there. There she is. I absolutely adore this thing. Absolutely adore it. If you haven't watched the Fireblade Urban Tiger series that I've done on this bike, the recommissioning that I did, it had been sat stored for, I think it was 12 years it had been sat for, and it was borderline whether this thing was going to come back to life or not. It had crash damage on it and all sorts, but yeah, I managed to get it back on the road and get it all sorted. Cost me a lot of money to get that thing fixed, but I did it. Like I say, my dream bike, absolutely love it. That's going nowhere. There should only be 2 motorcycles in here, so something's going to have to budge, I'm afraid. Can't ride them all. It's only a 10B8 shed, so it's okay with 1 motorcycle in. 2's a little bit of a squeeze, 3's definitely a squeeze, so it just gets used for storing the bikes basically that are on the road, somewhere for them to live. I have them all on battery chargers. They're sat on trickle all the time. Not really much else I can do in this shed other than store bikes really, but there you go. That's the update on shed number 2. Let's go back over to the workshop. Now you've seen the little shed, you can probably see why I needed to get a decent sized workshop. There just clearly wasn't enough room in that little shed. Massive thank you to everyone who's been on the website buying the merchandise. Really appreciate it. Like I say, it helps out for me to be able to make these videos, and also a percentage of the money does go to charity as well. So thank you to everyone that's been going on. Excuse me. Thank you to everyone that's been going on and buying the merchandise. Really appreciate it. I want to give a shout out to my channel sponsors, supporters, which are Car Pure Ride. So if you need any Car Pure Ride units, links are in the description for it. There's also a discount code in there if you want to get yourself some discount and treat yourself to a Car Pure Ride unit. I have done a video on it. I've done a couple of videos on the Car Pure Ride system on the bikes now, so go and have a look at them if you're interested in that. A big thank you to Emanual Online as well. That is another company that's reached out and helping out with workshop manuals online. I'll leave you a discount code and a link in the comments for them as well. So if you need any manuals, you can download them, buy them off their site online, and use my discount code. You get 22% off the price of the manuals. Really good workshop manuals. I use them all the time in here. They're really good. So big thank you to them as well. And a massive thank you to you guys, the subscribers, the people that are watching these videos. It really does mean a lot to me. The channel has really grown strength and strength, and I really appreciate it. We've got some good things to look forward to. Obviously there's always going to be more motorcycles coming on the channel. That's my goal, to get as many bikes as I can. So we've got obviously lots of bikes coming onto the channel, different projects, different kind of projects, simple ones, difficult ones, full restorations. We're going to be doing the full works. We're carrying on business as usual. I'm going to start doing some reviews as well of luggage and riding gear, stuff like that. They'll be coming up in the future as well, as the company starts to come on board and help out a little bit. If anyone does want to come on board and would like me to review any equipment, tools, equipment, bike clothing, luggage, stuff like that, I've got the bikes to review them on. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. And like I say, thank you so much for all your support. I really appreciate everyone that is watching, liking and subscribing to the channel. It makes a massive difference. And like I say, the more that happens, the more videos I'm going to put out and the more effort I'm going to put into this channel. So thank you very much, and I will see you very soon on another video. Cheers guys, see you later.